Lately podcast listeners and YouTube podcast watchers, good evening. And you're just in time for the special Halloween episode of the Anime Lately podcast. I'm your ghostly ghoul, Sam, the Monster Maniac Man. And here with me are my villainous league, the Brotakus. Introducing first, a Shikigami from Saturn's moon, the diabolical genius of mecha anime, and with a deep, endless love for Lady Death and Gundam. With a snap of his fingers, he can cause chaos, mayhem, and pain to the entire universe. He is the mad titan king of games. Bow down, peasants, for you are amongst the presence of the king game master, Rayapollo! Our next psychopath existed since the dawn of time. Nobody knows where he came from, and people thought he was an urban legend, a myth, like the Pale Man of Gotham City. Someone even Vandal Savage couldn't comprehend. You might even say he's a demon in the Black Clover community. He has an unquenchable love for Trigon, Dr. Stone, and One Piece. The one, the cynical, maniacal, the immortal, mythical, Legendy Vash, Miguel And finally, the dealer from way, way, way down south, beyond the depths of the abyss. You would say it never freezes over. He is the CEO of the Careful for Spoilers podcast network, the birth father of the incarnate Facebook group called No Anime, No Life. He is an intellectual being with an obsessive love for movies, especially the horror kind. The dangerous, disastrous, insidious, ingenious Diablo that is James Barnes! How are you guys doing, guys?
Can we get a hand clap for Sam on that intro?
That was
amazing.
That was beautiful.
That was amazing.
I loved it.
That's amazing.
I
That's great.
Every bit of it.
That's freaking fantastic. And he didn't break once, didn't stutter, nothing. He went straight through. I'm proud of that.
Straight through the whole time. Very proud of you.
Very proud of you.
I loved it.
Thank you, guys.
Now you have to talk like that for the whole podcast.
Wait, I mean,
I loved it. I'm proud of you. 10 out of 10.
And by the way, guys, happy Halloween as well.
yeah, that's right. It's basically Halloween. Yeah. So
It's Halloween week. That's why we're doing this. That's why the theme of the show is this part.
no, this is always the show. This is your first show. This is literally always the show.
Yeah, that too. I don't know how I'm gonna do this for. Trying to do this for the whole show, wearing this mask. Let's see how long it lasts.
Man, that's gonna be sweaty. You gonna stink.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I can't see.
Guys, I always
You've already committed. It's too late.
Let's see. It just happened. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. And I'm kind of regretting it already. But let's see what happens.
You see, guys, they were supposed to bring me back with a Monster Reborn or Phoenix Down, but they took too long. I said it rotten, so they end up giving me the Call of the Haunted card instead. And you know what?
That
You end
would
up
work.
with me being evil.
I mean, yeah, that's the only one that's legal. So that's the one I used.
And let's see if Sam could keep up that voice for the whole show. Most likely not. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Oh my god.
Alright, Brotakus, let's start as I always do, the weekly anime watching and the manga readings. Let's start with our first one with Dr. Stone, episode 17. Miguel,
Dr.
you start.
Stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. You know.
Dr. Stone Master. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. So the master here. Let's go.
You know
Evil
you
side.
have the unquenchable love for Dr. Stone.
That is true. And I have the books right there. So it's very true. I was just hoping for somebody to take first since, you know, people hear our thoughts. But this episode's are freaking amazing. We hear the sad story of the full story of the Ishigami arc. And then finally wrap up and the full story of how his father brought everybody here to the future. And this was his wonderful science gift to Senku from the past, from space, and it was beautiful. Shout out to Senku's father, Bakuga. He is the father of the goddamn year, or technically of the many 3,000 years decades. So he's definitely the father of the year.
Who is he really?
We don't know.
What? He looks Senku looks like him though.
But that's
not his daddy though.
That's not his actual father though.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, who is he?
He may be your dad, but he ain't your daddy, boy.
Well, I was gonna talk about this during our manga coverage in the other segment, but if you guys are curious to know more about him, there's not really spoilers if you want to read ahead. But they come out a Dr. Stone side story manga. It's a short series, a Bakuya short series. The first chapter came out this past weekend. So if you guys do want to know more about about his past, about his story, I read it, very good. So I'll definitely talk about it more in the next segment. But if you want to know more about that, James, this will be for you.
Absolutely, because I remember reading about that. I was like, yeah, we should definitely read that, and it's available now. It's on Shonen Jump,
and it's free, guys. Free.
Yeah, it's free. Yep. So this will answer some questions and give you a little bit more insight from what I read from the news about it. But no, this episode was exactly what this show needed. Like it hit every single note that it needed to hit to get the point across. And then, I mean, not to jump ahead in this, it also was like, all right, we're done giving you the backstory. It's time to move forward instantly. They're coming. It's so good. It did such a good job.
Stone Wars is happening, and I'm excited because Stone Wars in the manga, I only read like a couple chapters, so I think after episode 19, I will not know what will be happening. So it's pretty exciting because I only read about.
So you're about to be there with me now. All right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think by the end of episode 18 or the middle of 19, I'll be totally lost of not knowing what's gonna happen. I'll be like, who died? What's happening? Is somebody get stabbed? I don't know. So I'm like, I really want to know what's gonna happen. So Stone Wars, I'm pretty excited.
Point now with this one though, where I'm okay. This is one that I'm gonna be okay watching for a bit, but then when it stops, I'm absolutely gonna read it again.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm gonna read like once it stops in the end of December. I'm reading and we'll be doing reviews in the start of next year because I need to know more.
Yeah, I want to ask. Does Dr. Senku's father continues being in this anime? Any more appearances?
I don't know.
He is Father of the Year.
Father of the Year. I don't know, man. So my guess would be that they kind of wrapped up that whole thing like that. They did everything running up to where they are now, basically. You might maybe later on get some flashbacks of Kid Senku again. Maybe. But I doubt that at this point. I feel like they told that story and it's done, I think. So because I feel like they did such a good job. We got to know those characters so well in such a short amount of time, which was impressive. But I really don't think that they left anything else for them to contribute to the series. Especially when they showed us the graveyard at the end, which I was like, oh, wow. That's powerful. But yeah, to me, that's kind of like, all right, we've shown you how we got here. Now we're going to keep moving forward in this world where we are now. I think that's just my theory on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. This episode Dr. Stone continues to have great storytelling. It gives you everything you need to know about the past, how we got from there, and it was a really messed up episode. Watching, I can't remember their names, but watching them get into the boat, leaving, trying to get medicine, and the moment they left, I knew we would never see them again. Yeah. And then watching that one lady just die from pneumonia. It's just so fucked up. They're so used to this life of being able to get these things and going to a doctor, and she just died from pneumonia. Like it's ridiculous, and it shows you the hardships of what they have to go through and what generations have to go through until Senku can save everyone. Right. And like his faith in Senku, in his ability, he just knew that Senku would find whatever it is needed to save all 7 billion people on the planet. And it's just amazing to see it all come together. And like you said, Ray, like as soon as we got to the end of the episode, it's just like, all right, now it's time for war. You've gotten everything that you needed to know. We've shown you what the Kingdom of Science is about. We've shown you what we can do. Now here's the war.
Well, I kind of feel like this, like we've given you the stakes. This is what's at stake now. So this is now you have something going into this that's just like, no, you want Senku to win more than ever now.
So, this was certainly an emotional episode. Almost put a tear in my eye. Almost.
Oh,
But certainly for sure, the cure of pneumonia is something that most people take advantage of. We spent years, so many people die from this incident, and then we had the whole Tarzan moment of how the couples die in the ocean, or so we say. Never know what happens.
But
And
it
then
did.
you take 3,700 years gift to your son. Not even blood related, but he did come back in space. He did give you a gift. And it was a gift of friends. A friendship that you would never expect to be given into.
I did
And
love
so
that.
lucky.
And most
so
importantly-
very lucky. One of them fell interested in rocks. That his name is Chrome.
And most
Very
importantly,
lucky.
it was an incest family too.
I mean, there were like what 6 people left.
Yeah.
I mean, and although technically they could have not been if they tried.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean,
We don't know.
I mean,
Let's-
there's technically it could have been 3 pairs of people.
I was about to say if each of them had 2 kids, which I think they were smart enough to realize they probably each had to have 2 kids
Yeah,
in order
very
for
true.
that to not happen.
Yeah.
We are not
That's
touching
just
this
what
subject.
I'm pretty sure they left that up to your imagination, but I'm pretty sure each couple had 2 kids.
Yeah,
So,
most likely.
And
I'm
it
sure
perfectly
it
worked out
happened
to be a
once.
boy and a girl. I'm sure it happened at least probably
sure it
more than
happened.
once.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But-
Stone World. They don't care.
But
We
this
will not touch
anime
more of
did.
this sensitive topic anyway. Let's we.
But
Speaking
this
of
anime-
fire, it's-
But this anime did put a smile on my face, and I was very happy about it.
yes, it was an infernal, fiery, awesome episode of Doctor Stone. But speaking of fire, from the depths of hell or from the sun of blaze, the next anime we're gonna talk about is Fire Force episode 14.
This episode was freaking goddamn amazing. Freaking Benny Maru. Oh, and my freaking Shinra. Yo, Shinra, what the hell you going on with those legs of yours? Shinra.
That part of this episode was
Freaked
like
me
my
out.
favorite part.
Freaked
It
me
was
out
my
too.
favorite part of the episode because I was like, there is a very deeper thing here that we have no idea is happening. I was like, oh, that's weird, but I like it.
I can't say anything because I don't want to push you in any direction.
Oh yeah, of course. I know, guys, that James will be quiet during this little segment of Fire Force because he read the manga. But I would say is that I love how they note. I love how I noticed that at the end, Sam noticed it from the beginning that his feet, both his feet was designed differently. One has like much of a fatter bones, and the other more skinnier. So it's very different design. So it's pretty interesting. I wonder if that means something more down the line about his feet, about his legs, something like that. So that's pretty cool.
Because they do call him the devil, and he literally seen the devil himself on that episode, giving him that PTSD.
One more
the
time, yeah.
memories Of this
Mhm,
horror, of how his mother died, how his brother got kidnapped and he thought died. And now he's reliving that trauma, but thanks to Arthur, yeah, lucky boy, he got himself alive, saved alive in this one.
I don't know. I really enjoyed this episode. This was.
Agreed.
I feel like this is what Fire Force is actually firing on all cylinders. I think they're telling you story. They're giving you great action. They're keeping everybody occupied for the most part, and they're establishing characters and what they've said about these characters before. They said that Benny Maru is the strongest Fire Force soldier, and
it
he
showed.
is.
It showed.
he is, and they showed it in grand fashion, which I really liked. I really like to see that. It was so well done,
You
and
have
it's
to
just
set the bar.
they really did, and they set it real high. I loved that. Everything that he did just seemed perfect for that character. Nobody else can do what he did, and that's why I think I like how they've designed and created this character with his powers. Nobody else can do what he does, and I like that a lot. Like, because fire powers, you would assume everybody does something. Everybody has something that's kind of the same. Nah. Everybody's totally unique, and I still dig that. I do.
Two of my favorite things in this episode is the camera movement when Benimaru Lieutenant called for Shinra. They could have done a very simple camera movement, just going from his voice into Shinra, like a quick jump shot or a quick pan shot. But no, they did a zoom shot from going through the whole town and going into Shinra's feet when he called for my man Shinra's name. So that was very beautiful. I love that camera shot. That was a good direction. I love that. That's one of my favorite shots throughout the episode. And plus, second is that I love how the girl about the archer, she kept saying that she has the same power. He has the same powers as a commander. So they was telling us and implying to us, telling us that Shinra and his brother have the similar powers, and that means they're almost at the same level. Most likely, the commander is stronger than him since he's been commander of a whole freaking organization. So he's been doing it longer. So most likely, his brother is much stronger than him from what we know of the information that he implied to us, telling us that hey, he has the same powers as his brother, but we know goddamn well the commander is stronger. So let's see if Shinra will ever beat him in a duel, in a battle, in a fight.
For sure.
I'm looking forward to the rest of Fire Force. Fire Force is just, like Dr. Stone, has just been consistently good, at least to me. I've enjoyed both of those.
Oh yeah,
since it started. So I mean, I feel like Dr. Stone had a little bit more to prove at the start, and to me, Dr. Stone was a little slow to start, but once it finally hit, and it's just keep hitting. But I really solid episode. I really good plot development, I think, for the first time.
Can we talk about the animation for a bit when it came
I was
to
just gonna say.
Benimaru doing that palm, that blood moon?
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yes, it was amazing. I loved everything. I personally have thought the animation for this show has been pretty top notch all season, and it was at its height
Incredible.
this episode.
Yeah,
Honestly.
there's only like 2 or 3 episodes where I'm like, yeah, this looks like shit to me.
But yeah, no, I did him fighting in the air, Shinra flying up to like save him, nutty. Like it looked so good, and it was impactful. That was what it was. Like all those shots meant something. I really liked it. They just did a really good job of making you feel what was happening in those moments. It really made it tense. And it's like, oh, that's right. These guys aren't like all powerful. Like they could lose still.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And even to like the strongest dude struggled. So I was like, okay, we got some work to do.
Yeah, I mean that's really good storytelling. It's really important to show that your lead character still has somewhere to go.
Mhm.
Because if you just look at Shinra, he looks really, really powerful. He looks like he can do almost anything, and then you have to have these characters and these villains where it's like, no, he still has a long way to go. Like he has potential, but there's a lot of room to grow.
Right, and I feel like that was, and not to always relate it back to this, but Naruto did a really good job with that too, because Naruto literally had the Demon Fox chakra, and you were like, oh, well, he automatically wins, right? Because it's unlimited. But no, they made sure he got whooped a lot and he learned a lot. I mean, but there was a certain point where after a while that didn't happen anymore. But still, I mean, and if that does happen though, it's fine because the character has earned that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind it with certain characters. If they earn that, no, this is my power, I've embraced it, I'm really good with it, until somebody comes along to just literally overpower me and be like bop me, it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't mind that at all. So
we also talk about the ending of this episode when the whole cheers the alliance between Fire Force,
Kanpai!
and Fire 7.
That was freaking beautiful.
And then we see Benimaru smile.
He likes
for
alcohol.
once.
It's great. They were like, oh, he's nice when he has alcohol. Hey, that's fine. It gives him a chance to relax.
That's very true.
Because I mean, he's on edge all the time.
Yeah.
I can understand. I get that. Like I understand it. I thought it was a playful way to kind of show that he has a lighter side, which is nice. So
Agree.
Definitely agree. But definitely, this episode was a great wrap up of the arc for this episode. Both Shinra and Benimaru were great heroes for their town, for their village, and they did their job. Protect, and the whole riot. Everybody punch each other. Everybody beat each other up. We don't know who's who anymore.
That was
pretty
awesome.
Speaking of heroes,
That's pretty crazy. But one last thing is that I love how this was the longest arc that we got in so far, because this was roughly a good 5-6 episodes. And usually for Fire Force we got in 2 or 3 episode arc, and this was since episode I think 10. So like this is like it's been like the longest arc. So this was pretty nice to actually know about the whole company 8 and 7 to actually be a very long arc. So this was very nice to see.
well, to give it credit, there was a very long break in between the 3
that too.
weeks, so that can put into extra time. But yeah, speaking of heroes, let's move on to our next anime, the My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 3. Ray, that is you.
I I love Deku so much, and I hate to see him fail. I really do, and I think like that's one of the really good things that they do in My Hero is that once again, this character has all this power and still he can fail. And I'm like, oh my god, I love this kid so much. But the whole test of this episode was really about Night Eye, more than it was Deku.
Oh yeah, it was.
And I love that. And it was him coming to terms with what happened with All Might and what he thought would be best for All Might versus what All Might thought was best for All Might. Which was beautiful. I love that. I love their relationship. They don't really you don't really get to see it, but like you can hear it from Night Eye's point of view, and it's like that's a really almost real thing. Like that's a relationship. Like you're gonna have friends who don't agree with what you do, and because of that, you might not be friends for a while. I think that happens, but you can still care about that person more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And it was Night Eye learning that Deku also doesn't just care about the power that All Might had, but he cares about All Might. And that's, I think, the connection that one of the bigger connections that they made. That just, I loved it. It really, really, really shows good understanding of, I think, relationships and friendship and growth, because Night Eye grew in that episode, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he had made up his mind, but he still needed to be convinced. I thought, which was really cool to see, because it's like, well, no, he could have said no. I mean, he said, yeah, I had made up my mind, but he could have changed his mind at the end. That's just how people are. So, I don't know, great episode. I love it. Deku just always will impress, if you ask me, because he does go beyond, especially when he's pushed to go beyond.
He definitely does.
James, your thoughts about this episode?
Yeah, I love this episode. I love the Night Eye character. I think he's just so cool.
He is really cool.
I love his quirk. It's so cool. Like you
It's
just
OP.
touch someone, and
Yes.
for 1 hour you can see all of their moves.
Everything that they would do, period.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And the thing is, like, I love that you can tell he's of two minds when it comes to Deku. It's like, I do see All Might in you, much like how Gran Torino says that he's just so much like All Might, not necessarily in all the good ways, but in a lot of bad ways. And he can see that. And from his perspective, he is kind of right that Mirio would have been the perfect successor for One for All. But it's like Deku has the true spirit and the definition of what a hero is, and that's why he deserved to get One for All. And eventually Night Eye will see that. But for what we got, I thought it was really adapted well from the manga, because I felt like, I don't know, maybe I needed to read it again, but in the manga it felt like that scene went on for a little bit, but in the anime they just wrapped it up real quick. I don't know if that was just me. I don't know if you guys felt that way.
I also kind of felt that way, and I kind of feel what you're saying about Mirio. So just to touch on that for a sec, I feel like Mirio would have been more All Might, and I feel like what he came to terms with is that we didn't need more All Might. Yes, we need a symbol, but we need somebody who can be more than All Might, and Deku can do that, which is why I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's why, of course, they were like, yeah, Mirio will be perfect, because he would have literally been more All Might. He's cheesy, he's heroic, he's brave, he's a big dude that has a big presence, but he just would have literally been more All Might.
Yeah.
Also, not forget, he's on his 3rd year too. He would have
Mhm.
graduated and then earned his #1 hero spot with the All Might replacement all up and ready to go right away instantly. Whereas
I
with
wouldn't say
Deku,
that.
he start all over in the
Yeah, I wouldn't
first
say that
year.
either. I feel like he probably would have ranked pretty high out of school.
Yeah, like probably top 30 or top 20 around there, but not.
I'd say top 10 even. I would definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 10 for sure.
Because he's pretty OP by himself. Imagine that dude. With
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Back when
honestly,
power!
I would say top 5.
You say top 5? I would say top
Because-
10, because there's some really, really, really good heroes top 10.
Oh yeah,
Best Gymnast he's number, what was he, 4?
I think he dropped to 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 4. Mirio could beat him.
I don't know.
I think Miria could beat him.
I
How
don't
can you
know.
touch him? How can you
There's
touch
only
him?
If
one
he just
way
He's
that can
decided not to wear
master
his clothes,
permeation.
potentially, yeah.
There's only one way to answer this. You both need to play each other in My Hero Academia. Two.
Is Genius in
One
that?
Justice 2.
God,
Is
I hope
Genius
so.
playable? Because that'd be hilarious if Genius is playable.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
Only one way to find out.
But you
Hope
know who
they
needs to be
sponsor us.
playable? Hawks needs to be playable. I need him to be playable. Real bad.
Don't know anything about Hawks right there. That's more for the manga conversation.
I mean, whatever.
Once you guys get cut up to a manga, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Oh, like
I
fully
need
cut.
Overhaul to be playable.
I guarantee you he's
I
playable.
really need
guarantee
Overhaul to be playable.
He is available
Yeah.
in
One
in the
Justice
sequel.
2.
Yeah, One Justice 2.
One Justice 2. That's enough. That's a lot to say.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
I just reread the Overhaul arc, and oh my god, is it awesome! Anime watchers, you are not ready for what's about to come.
I have a feeling
in
that
for a
you're going to
treat.
say that every single week, by the way.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I love it. I mean, it's great.
There's so
no.
much shit that's gonna happen with Overhaul. Like you're not ready.
So I mean, speaking of Overhaul, the end of this episode, like I think people just expected this kind of start off kind of slow, and it's like, no, we're getting right into it.
Just diving in.
You know, like once Overhaul arc starts going, it just goes. I need you guys to understand.
Oh yeah,
like,
it hits.
anime
pretty
watchers,
quick.
it just goes. And it's gonna be a ride. It's about to get real wild. I think it's episode 6 potentially. Is where right before that thing happens with that other character that we have not seen yet. At least the start of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good number.
Yeah, I
I
think,
think
it should happen before, because this weekend my hero's on break. Manga
That's right.
and anime
Okay.
is on break this weekend,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna come back November 9th, the manga and the anime that weekend. So
Where you're talking about them going on patrol, right?
Yeah.
that should be happening in episode 4.
I would say episode 5.
You would say
Well,
episode 5?
Well, no. I think Miguel's right. I think it might be episode 4 actually,
It is.
because at the end of 3, Night Eye says that they're gonna go out on patrol, and it's the first day on patrol is when that happens.
True enough.
So it might be 4 for real.
It could be 4.
I do agree with both sides with me and Ray, but I think it's gonna be 4 and 5. I think it's gonna be the end of 4 and continuing 5. I think it's gonna be like that.
I could see 5, but I would still wager that it could be 6. Because that's like
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
start of the climb of like the first climax.
We just have to see how 3 starts and ends, and then from there
True.
we have
That'll decide where the pacing
like,
is.
we have
where
a
they're
better
going.
idea
Yeah.
of where it's gonna go.
Yeah, because like I said, like when Night Eye says they're going on patrol, it happens right away.
Because like a little
we'll
bit
see.
of time passes. Yeah, they skip some time and they're going on patrol. It's not like the
Yeah.
next day. Like a little bit of time passes. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
yeah. All right, but no, another really good episode. I mean, I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna see a bad episode this season. So that's me.
I mean, how can you with what's coming?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
happy. I'm just excited. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move
There
on.
are literally no slow moments in the overhaul arc. Like from this moment, it's just fire all the way until the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I feel that.
There is a great build within the My Hero Academia Season 4 series, and we're kind of hoping there's going to be another by the end of this first core. Actually, we're hoping a little bit more, a little bit after for the overall arc, because there's so much more interesting stuff, and hopefully they literally put in all the details in it for every episode they need to, so that way you'll prolong the overall arc a little bit more, and then start the gentle arc, because that's going to be a very good one for...
Gentle arc's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Now let's move on to our blood and gore anime, the Vinland Saga episode 16. James, take this one,
Askeladd's still my
please.
favorite character. Askeladd is a genius. The man is just a tactical genius. He sees everything before everyone. Yes, he has made some missteps because he's still a mortal man, but he is an absolute genius. I love that he can see right through his men. He knew exactly what to do in the moment to get Thorfinn and Bjorn onto the same sled with the prince, because he knew what was going to happen. He knew. And screw his men. I hope they all die.
Oh,
Between Thorkill and Thorfinn and Askeladd, I hope they all get murdered, except the ones that are still loyal, because there's still a few that is going to be still loyal to him. But everyone else, I hope they all die. I love the way that Thorkill just came in and just killed them all. He has no room for people that are so weak that they would turn their back on their leader, on their team, just to go onto the winning side. Kill them all. They're pussies and they're traitors. I want them all dead.
So I'm gonna say that I think Askeladd's got you fooled like he had his men fooled for so long. He's not a genius. He's really smart. Really smart dude.
He's a genius. He's a tactical genius.
Nah. He's really smart, but I would not call him a genius. Super smart dude. Think about the caliber of people he runs with. They're all morons. Absolute idiots. So yes, if one dude with some common sense came up, and he's smarter than the average dude of this time, I would say that. Definitely. For sure. One dude who knows what he's talking about came up, he could run the table with all these dudes. Straight up, no problem. He pays attention to them. He knows what they talk about, what they think about, what they're doing, because they're very simple. They're very simple. So it's very easy for him to manipulate them and get them to do whatever the hell he wants them to do. Super easy to do that. And yes, he's going to make mistakes because sometimes his own greed gets in the way. He gets in his own way is what happens. And that's what's happened like 3 times now. We've seen it. And that's okay. I love that. That's good character development. It lets you know that, yes, he still can make mistakes. He gonna mess up, and that's good. But I'm not gonna call him a genius because, he done messed up too few times. But then, yes, for him to see the mutiny coming, I mean, they've been telegraphing it for like 4 episodes.
Yeah,
we knew the mutiny was coming. We knew it was coming, and I think I said something similar a few episodes ago. Like he was gonna sacrifice him. No, he's not gonna sacrifice him. They just gonna die. They're gonna die. And I kind of feel like I almost think that either we're gonna get a stalemate with Thorkill, or we're gonna get that duel like I talked about between Thorfinn and Thorkill, and they're gonna take Thorkill's army, and then they're gonna keep doing what they were doing. So he'll have a new army now, but they'll respect our boy Thorfinn instead because he killed their leader. That's how it's gonna work.
That would be interesting.
There's
but
not
I don't
enough
buy
of
it.
us. So, hey, if you challenge him and if you win, we get to walk, then everything's fine because they can't beat that army. They can't. They just can't beat that army.
And
exactly.
Also,
so it's with these traitors with these traitors behind them. If they all die, which they probably are gonna die, like they're gonna they're gonna watch them kill all their own men, and he's gonna be like, "What the heck? That was all my fun." And then Askeladd's gonna be like, "Well, if you duel Thorfinn and he wins, we get to go, haha!" And then that's what they're gonna do. So
if your theory comes correct, that would be amazing. But also, if,
I would love to see it happen that way. I really would.
If Thorfinn beats Thorkill, that's a whole other flip through the wall. I'm like, wow, didn't I expect that? But also, my favorite thing of this episode is Thorkill just throwing a spear from freaking the top of the mountain and just shooting it to freaking 4 people through the chest.
Beautiful.
Dead. And
instantly.
Also, my second favorite shot of the episode is when Thorkill literally was walking by and just throwing the axe left and right and said, I don't care if y'all want to join. I'm just chopping here having fun. I don't care if y'all want to join me. Chop, 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 chop.
Well, he basically said, if they're not going to try and fight, why would I want them on my side?
Yeah,
that's what
useless.
we do. We fight.
We are Danes. We are wars. And if y'all going to just beg for your lives, then what's the point of having you? I was like, this is amazing. And the most creepiest part of the episode, what studio? I have a problem with you doing torture right here. Why are you going to show the fingers?
Man,
and just being chopped. And the
was
nose
really
even.
hard to watch. That was really hard to watch. That was just really hard to watch. I mean, and then he justifies it with, guess what? You did this to the people who were here before you. And I'm like, okay, probably not to that extent, but I still don't see your point. You're just torturing this man for no reason. Tell us where they are. I'll never tell you. Okay, well, I'll cut off your fingers until you do. He never told you anything.
And then he's gonna cut the nose. I was like,
no. So I just was like, that was just really hard to watch. I'm like,
it was.
right,
I was.
cool.
I had to.
I'm like, Thanks a lot for that. So I mean, you can like Askeladd all you want. I don't like Askeladd. The character's cool, but I don't like Askeladd. I don't like him.
Fair enough.
But I'll tell you one thing that I noticed, and we kind of hinted at this the last time we talked about him in The Prince. He is trying to, and the same thing he did with Thorfinn, but unintentionally, he did it intentionally this time, is he's trying to create better warriors for him to use by introducing tragedy. He Uncle Ben Ragnar. And he was like, maybe this will work to get him to, snap out of it and become the king that we need. He basically Uncle Ben Ragnar. That's what happened. And I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make stronger pawns for yourself, which is smart.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, they really did Uncle Ben Ragnar. He's like, listen, he's gone. Ain't nothing you can do about it no more. He dead. Snap out of it. So I'm like, okay, all right. Well, you just made Viking Spider-Man. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna follow whatever Askeladd does, but Bjorn does have a point. Keeping the prince weak would have made him more suggestible. You know, like I think that makes complete sense. But like Askeladd said, this is a gamble, and it could work or it could completely blow up in his face, and we'll see. I think it's gonna work in his favor. Because even though the prince might hate him, he can see Askeladd and use him as an asset, and they can use each other, much like he uses Thorfinn. I think he's a master manipulator. I think he is a genius tactician, and I just can't wait to see what else he does next. I think the guy is just awesome.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you right now, if he was a tactician, he wouldn't have let Thorkel's army get in front of him. That's all I was saying.
See, he has resources the ear could not hear with the snow. He has a guy for that. Okay,
I'm just gonna say he is a dude who has experience, but there are other people who are more experienced than him.
And for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, he's like I said, he's good, but he's not a master tactician. He's really good though.
Can we also say that technically he has a new enemy on the board that's not even on the board yet? What Ragnar gave him the warning last episode, saying that the real enemy is not the Danes, is not the England, it's really the King of England himself, wanting to kill his own son, because his oldest son is supposed to take over for him. But now Askeladd needs to, in a way, execute the king himself, or in order for his prince to take over the King of Thrones.
That's too much dirty work for Askeladd. That's too much dirty work for Askeladd. He's gonna get other people to do it for him.
Yeah,
he already he learned exactly what he needed to learn for Ragnar. There's two opposing sides, and he needs to play that game perfectly, and that's what he knows. That's what he gleaned from that the most, I think.
And plus,
did you guys go ahead, Miguel?
No, I was just gonna agree with saying that it does foreshadow already that we knew the king was the enemy the way that he left his son there and everything. Like no king would leave his prince son not knowing how to fight, just there to win a war, knowing that he has no advantage there. So it was a possible chance that we knew that was gonna happen, and the king, his own father, was the enemy to himself.
So yes, he took him to war to die in battle.
That's so that was about to happen. So we knew that. So Ragnar just gave us the full facts, the full conclusion on what we already knew and what Askeladd didn't know, but he probably had an idea. So that's something that really technically just confirmed for him. Go ahead, James.
No, I was literally going to say the same thing. I saw it two different ways. The first time we saw the prince, I thought it's either the king is throwing his son into war to turn him into a man, or he's throwing him into war so that he can kill him because he has another son who is up for the throne. And I was leading, the moment that I saw how weak he was, I was like, oh, well, he's clearly here in the middle of the battlefield to get killed.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, well, thank you for confirming it for me.
Yep, and that's what he was technically hoping for, and that's what technically almost kind of happened. So, and let's see what happens in the long run, because none of us are manga readers, so we don't really know what's going to happen, guys, by the way. If you guys assume that we probably giving good theories, none of us are manga readers. Right, James? You're not a manga reader, right?
I'm not reading it.
No, I'm not reading it either.
That's very true.
No, I want to be surprised. I like to see this show. I like to watch this.
Sometimes I can't wait, though, but I'm waiting for this.
Waiting for this, but not Fire Force.
It's too late. I'm already caught up. It's too late.
Too late.
True.
All right, guys, let's move a quick recap of what else we've been watching or what else has we been reading. Miguel, please. After you, monster.
All right, so what I've been reading, I read the latest chapter of Mission Yazakura Family. Good chapter 10 it was for this past week. I like it. We're diving into the other siblings of the family of the Yazakura, so that's pretty interesting. Seven Deadly Sins chapter 330 could go fuck itself because I don't know what the hell's going on here in this series. I'm very upset with it. It's like, goddamn, like, my dude, you made me love this series for season 1 and 2 in the anime, then dive into the manga, read what's going on, the whole freaking purgatory and everything, and then now you're making me upset, and I don't really get upset. That's more James' job to do rants. I don't really do rants, and so come on, my man. I don't give a whole rant here, and I don't want to. So please, maybe I'm gonna do a reread. After the series is done, I'm gonna give it a month or two. Do a reread of the whole binge. Maybe the manga does better as a bingeable series, and that's a week to week. So I'm just being positive. I love the 7 cents. So that's my quick thoughts on it. And can't wait for Spy Family. Chapter 16 comes out this weekend, so I'm really excited for that. Boruto, I am 10 chapters behind now. I am 26 chapters in fully, and I am loving it. I find it officially, like, the reason I'm reading it, guys, for you guys wondering, is that I've been reading it not straight through. I've just been reading, for example, chapter 34, and after chapter 38, I just hear it from friends, and that's how I know information. Right now, I've been reading from chapter 1 to chapter 26 and actually meeting the characters fully. So that's very helpful. I finally fully met my man Kawaki. One thing I gotta give props to Boruto, the cover arts are freaking amazing. I gotta give props to that. The cover arts are freaking amazing. I gotta give props to that. And I know that, Ray, did you read the new chapter of Heroes this week?
Of the Heroes, no, I have not read that yet. I actually didn't get to read anything.
Chapter 3 of Heroes was my favorite. The chapter 3 is called Rebels. It was my favorite because it was a nice balance between Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, and also Rave Master. So to me, it was a nice balance for myself, that who doesn't know much about Rave Master, but also loves those series of the other two series. So it's pretty entertaining about all that. And that's about the whole manga side of what I've been reading. And the anime side, I will only give Blaze of the Immortal. Quick shout out to me and Sam watch it. The live stream should be coming out this week for you guys that are watching it right now or listen to the podcast right now. Blaze of the Immortal, it suits better as a bingeable series. Weekly watch through does not work, because if me and Sam was watching this as a watch through, we'll only be talking about the action scenes, because the action scenes are amazing, but the editing probably is the worst editing I've seen in anime. I'll say this right now.
Damn.
Oh no. As an editor myself, I've only edited one anime type of anime. I've only edited one, and that was for school. But for this, I've seen a lot of anime. I've seen a lot of nice cinematography type of anime, the way they put a nice, very cinematic type of view in new anime right now. Blaze of Immortal is trash editing. Probably that's just me being harsh on it, but is where me and Sam were totally freaking lost of, wait, is this past or present? Like, it was very confusing. Like, they didn't really tell it. Like, we have to figure it out. It was a jump cut where my dude was walking, but then he was somewhere else. Like, it was very confusing. It was not really foreshadowed very well. Assassin's Pride episode 2, watch it, trash. Other than that, anybody else, go on.
Anybody? So oh man. I watched Unlimited Blade Works again because I just wanted to. I caught up on everything else, and I watched Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works again just because I felt like it.
Cool.
So I really didn't read or watch anything else new. Because I was just like, I'm fine. So I should have watched the Prodigy show some more. Didn't watch that. I could have read some other stuff, but I'm caught up on Boruto. I'm caught up on Dragon Ball Super. I started Jujutsu Kaisen, and I could read some more Spy Family, but I'm like, let's watch more Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. So I watched that again, and I still love it. It's really good. The end of that, the last fight is just, it's so good. It's so good. So I decided to watch that again, and I love it. I really do. But that's about all I spent my time. So I was like, is there anything else
and how
that I was
Hero?
watching? let's see. Did I read any more of My Hero? No,
Yeah.
didn't read any more of My Hero. I did watch another episode of Black Clover, and I was like, this is why I stopped watching Black Clover. So there was that.
Like I said, read Black Clover, read One Piece. That's all. It's better entertained.
I reconfirmed that for myself. Let's say that.
So in other words, read the big three right now currently: One Piece, Black Clover, and My Hero. That's all. Be entertained by those.
Yeah, I can see that, but no. So that not too much. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Diablo James.
Me, I am watching High School Prodigies. I saw the latest episode. That was a lot of fun. They stepped it up in this episode. I won't go into any spoilers, but they really stepped it up into what this anime and this season is going to be about, and really what these characters bring to the table. So I'll say that. So that episode was a lot of fun. What else did I watch? I'm rewatching My Hero. I'm going through and just watching pretty much just like my favorite episodes, some of my favorite moments. Yesterday, I watched the first time Deku ever used One for All, and he punched the huge robot.
Mm-hmm.
That moment was so sick, man. It's
still
so
good.
sick.
Yeah.
The first time All Might told him that he could be a hero, I cried watching that scene. Is just amazing. So I loved rewatching that. Reading, I am on chapter 185 of My Hero right now.
Okay, yeah. So you basically caught up to me now, which is good.
Wait, where?
Yeah. I'm on like 185 right now.
Oh, you're 7 chapters away from what happens with Deku. Oh, 7 chapters away.
Yeah, let's see.
Can't wait to see
and
it.
I'm also reading That Time I Got Rain Slime. Having a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I missed No Guns Life this week because I really love that anime, but I missed it this week. But yeah, that's what I've been watching and reading.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna go back to my regular voice because it's getting way too much. To go with the big voice.
Hey, all good. I understand.
Sorry, Sam. Real quick. So I saw the first episodes of Assassin's Pride. I thought that was dope. I thought the first episode was dope.
Yes.
Of course. Of course.
The winter season's Isekai cheap magician. Oh, yeah.
Wow, yo. I can't believe James said Assassin's Pride is dope.
I saw the opening. I was like, oh shit, this is dope. This is right up my alley.
Okay,
all right, let's go.
Are you talking about the opening song, like the opening stuff, or are you talking about the whole episode itself?
You know he's talking about the whole thing.
The opening scene and then the rest of the episode. I thought it was dope.
The opening scene was dope. The opening scene was the best one because my dude just jumps in with the sword and everything. That's cool. But the episode, so really, James, you was not bored with the long shots it took, the long breaks, the whole the still shots. Too many still shots. That didn't bother you?
It did. But as a first episode, I was like, all right, I'm in.
Okay.
I don't know why you're surprised.
It's not going to go on any of my lists at the end of this, but I mean, I'm enjoying it.
No. Let him think that it will so we can make another bet. It's fine.
Hopefully we do our like most worst anime of the year or something like that. So I could hopefully hear some of the animes that are my worst on your list, James. Because
it's better than Wise Man's Grandchild.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, I've only seen one episode, but
everything's better than that. I'll tell you right now, Cheat Magician was better than that.
Oh yeah, Cheat Magician was better than Wise Man.
Better.
Oh, Mom definitely. Anime was better than that.
Do not go there, Sam. No.
Go there.
I will give it that. Yes, Mom anime was better than Wise Man as well.
I tried the first 2 episodes of that anime. I'm like, I'm out. It's just dumb to me.
Wise Man's Grandchild was better than that. I'm sorry. No, that one is like the worst thing I saw this year.
No, I agree. I thought it was pretty dumb.
No,
I have to give it. My worst 3 right now is definitely Blazer Immortal because editing really bothers the shit out of me, but it's great action though. Assassin's Pride, I probably have to give a couple more episodes to see what's going on, and definitely Wise Man. But damn, James, you okay, wow, interesting.
I mean, that could change, but I thought the first episode was good.
I gave it like a 6. The first episode.
A 6 is still fairly good.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.2.
Sure, okay.
Now I'm gonna watch this. I'll watch it just to be like, y'all both are like, what are you doing?
Y'all both booty cheeks.
We'll see how it goes.
Anyway, Sam, what do you think about James' ridiculousness?
I'm still kind of shocked because I just lost my train of thoughts of all what did I watch again? What did I read again? I'm sorry. What I literally need to rewatch everything just so like I got a clear going because James just said she loves Assassin's Pride. I'm like, oh wait.
I didn't say I loved it. I
Yeah.
said I thought the first episode.
He didn't say
was...
that, Sam. He said that he enjoyed
I
it.
give you High School Prodigies. That was good. That's a good anime. Because I've been watching it too, and it's doing pretty well. It's following pretty well from the manga. I'm also watching Ascendance of the Bookworm. That's more of just like a wholesome kind of anime thing. Like I just throw that in there just so because you like to watch it and stuff. Last week I finished the Seven Seeds anime, and I actually really like. It's not bad, but then I gotta say these characters do not have any common sense, or like they're just straight stupid, and like, or like they're just straight assholes, that sort of thing. But I understand the situations and that sort of thing, but like when you're in the end of the world, shouldn't everybody try to at least band together, try to regroup and make a whole new village and whatnot? But nope, everybody wants to fight for dominance. Everybody wants to
About to
not
say I'm
share
watching
their
Dr. Stone.
resources.
No.
Seven Seeds is the opposite of what Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone wants to succeed in humanity and civilization. Seven Seeds, it shows
Everybody can go die.
It shows the corruption of humans and how we like to say in this podcast that if it's not the church, if it's not the government, it's the humans. Humans always fuck us up in our own self, in our own paths. So trust me, Seven Seeds shows the corruption of what humans are and what we own do with our own government. So definitely is. That's why Seven Seeds is entertaining because it shows how corruption ourselves could be.
I mean, like it's also getting its second season as well, so I guess I'm watching.
As it should. It's entertaining.
I've also been watching Gundam Build Divers the anime.
Good. What you think?
It's not too bad.
Yeah, Ray, all happy. You're like, what? Yes, go.
The thing is, like, I've watched the entire season of Gundam Build Divers, the first one, and I kind of liked it. I liked it.
It's because it's good. Yeah.
And like, I didn't mind It's a little interesting because I want to know more about the main character because we know he's the most powerful one amongst the group. But we want to know more of his backstory now. But we're supposed to get that slowly. Because this is gonna be like a 24 episode kind of anime, so
which is I mean it'll be drawn out and some of it won't make sense, but it'll be fun. You'll get if you're a fan of Gundam, you'll like it. So
yeah, I'm having a good
I'll
time.
have to check it out.
The mech,
yeah, I love it. Like it's just I saw it. I guess I lied. I have been watching that, so it's a fun. I like it.
Like the Gunplas are really cool and
Still
it's like,
haven't watched
really
Gundam,
awesome
so
and how like combination, especially with the main character. It is Gunpla is like a mini man, like a mini small Gundam man and a spaceship thing, and he can
so it's like the SD Gundam, which is awesome. Yeah.
And it's like next thing you know, he has multiple other ships too, and multiple form of weapons. Like that's typical Gundam. No, that is Gundam,
and I love it.
So Ray, let's have a bet right now here on episode 26 of the podcast. If you catch up to these two series, Black Clover and My Hero, I will watch all of your Gundam series that you recommend me in the order you want me to do. I will watch all your Gundam.
I mean, you're gonna have more fun than me, so this is one-sided.
I was just gonna say that sounds like you're gonna have a lot of fun. Because immediately I was like, oh, Gundam 00, like,
00, Unicorn, Seed, all of Iron-Blooded Orphans. Oh my god,
yeah.
My Hero and Black Clover, they're both entertaining. Manga. I'm not talking about anime. I'm talking about manga.
I mean, of course. Well, see, it's a given that I'm gonna read My Hero, so I mean that's already like cheating.
I know, but that's why I'm giving you both. And be happy. I'm not saying to read One Piece because that's 900 chapters for you to read. I'm not gonna give you that homework. That's next year homework for you. I'm talking about Black Clover and My Hero.
There would be much more at stake if that was happening. But we're gonna have to fine tune this bet.
All right.
I like where your head is at, but we're gonna have to tune this.
All right. I want to give you something else then.
Both of you guys need to spend the same amount of time because there's a manga reading. You can go through.
And I will say that these Gundam Gundam can be long. Okay,
it's gonna be very long,
especially Mobile Suit Gundam.
That's usually why it's okay to watch.
To me, it's the first space opera. So yes.
My space opera is Trigon, so I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
So I understand what you mean. But stay tuned for next episode 27 to see if we fine tune what happens with it. With this bet, because I'll make this bet happen and have
I
at least
mean,
one
Miguel
other
will-
co-host, here with me to read Black Clover, and I think I could get Ray most hooked before anybody else. So I'm gonna try to get.
Can we get a bet check though? I think every bet that Miguel has made with me, he's lost.
No.
So far, yeah. So far, so good. Yeah.
Let the record show from this copyrighted video from YouTube copyrights and everything and Podbean and everything. The bet is on. With all our listeners, please comment anyway, email us and stuff about this bet just in case you need to remember.
Well, the most recent one I lost because of James' fault, because he didn't include.
How was it James' fault?
Yeah, he didn't include G Magician. That was his fault. I thought
That's
he was
your fault for not knowing your friend better. Just saying.
All right, go ahead, Sam. Now it's back to you.
Okay. Reading Slime, that new chapter. Really good stuff. It's really good stuff. This war, it's a real war. And Rimuru and his family, technically his kids, everyone in his village is technically his children. He named them all, and he gave them more power. And then when he's up to a war where, like, you humans, what the hell did you do to me? I used to be a human. I was gonna spare every single one of you. No one gonna die. But the thing that you've done to cause this war against me and my family, it's over. You're all gonna die.
That sounds like Dracula.
Yeah, definitely like Dracula. But at least the reason why Rimuru needs to kill these humans is for a good reason, though. It's so that he can finally pick up the mantle of Demon Lord.
Oh, so it is Dracula. Nice. Okay.
It's gonna be like Dracula, and like his children, his kids, they're like strong, or not strong, but they're really smart. They know how to strategize. They know how to fight. Because when you're in the war, you're gonna always have these stupid assholes like, how come you're all in full armor and you have all these weapons? All I have is all these bare gloves and empty guns. Like, why don't we fight like men with our bare fists and everything? Like, my man, this is a war. If I'm not giving you more than my 100% enduring to this battle, then that's shame on me. I gotta go all. I don't care if I'm wearing armor. I don't care if I'm the only one with weapons. This is a fucking war. I don't care if it's not manly. I don't care that you want to have a fair fight and one-on-one. This is fucking war. If you're not bringing 100%, that's on you. That's your fault. If this is a place where people will die, and if I die, I let people down, and they're gonna die. So I'm not gonna say sorry. I'm not gonna give any sympathies or anything, but I'm gonna kill you for what you've done.
So will the anime be covering this next year? Because I know season 2 comes out next year. Do you think the anime will catch up to this?
Technically, the scans, like the translations, they only get up to 64 right now. But technically, the manga is way ahead. We just needed translators for the manga in itself.
Okay.
So season 2 will definitely cover this war because it's like the next arc that's coming up.
Nice. All right, can't wait to see this. I'm excited because I love Slime and it's a great
the
one.
only season 2 I want is Shield Hero. I don't care about nothing else.
Nah, Shield Hero and Slime, they're great isekais. One of the best too.
They both did a good job, so I want them both too. Season 2s of Slime and Shield Hero. And then I've also read another manga called Tojushi. It's literally like Spartacus with Berserk.
Oh yeah, you kept sending pics of that about to us. Yeah.
Yeah, like the artwork looks fantastic. Like the monsters, the creatures. It's something you would actually literally see from the Berserk manga. Like these monsters are really well drawn and detailed. The people characters as well. And this entire story is literally based on Rome, the Colosseum, the fights of gladiators fighting each other. But the monsters are technically kind of friendly. They are like the innocent people. It's the Romans who are the assholes, like taking over the entire world, kidnapping these monsters, making them fight with the gladiators and monsters and stuff like that. And it's really good. I actually really enjoy it. It's really cool. It's literally a manga series of multiple characters. Like every book goes to different characters. Like the first one was about a man, like first technically a boy was trained by a wyvern, which was the dragon, like kind of close to the dragon thing. But that dragon is like technically also part human as well, because they're kind of hybrids. Most of these monsters are part monsters and technically part human as well. That's how they came to existence. And like this Wyvern, he killed this boy's father, but the father asked him to because this is like dying in battle. This is for honor and everything. So he asked the Wyvern, like, if you ever seen my son, please tell him that his father died with honor. And because of that, with what he said to the Wyvern, he felt passion for it. So he went to find his son. He trained him to be the most incredible gladiator to win every single fight. Because if you lose, you die. That's what gladiators do in the Colosseum.
That's very true.
And you're gonna have like a Caesar-like person that's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna be a dickhead about this. Have the Wyvern fight the sun, and I'm gonna expose the truth. Hey, do you know that this dragon killed your father? If you kill him, you'll be free. If he kills you, he'll be free. But either way, you both have to kill each other, and basically you have the whole passion of father and son kind of fighting, because the Wyvern raised the hero's son, trained him how to fight, raised him how to survive, fed him and everything throughout his entire growth. And he doesn't feel any guilt. He doesn't feel any shame or any sadness towards the Wyvern because he raised me like a father. I never knew my father because he died with honor in battle. But the person that you raised me, you taught me how to fight. You taught me everything. And yeah, and then so on goes with their story. They escaped, of course, and it would have been more of a. There's a lot of good feelings to it. They know how to pull the strings of feelings into the story.
It sounds pretty wild
with the monsters as well too.
When you first explained this manga to us and also showed some panels to us in the group chat, it reminded me a lot of the manga series called Kingdom. That's what it reminded to me a lot about.
Kingdom I actually have heard of. It's about the Chinese kingdom and their histories and their own battles and stuff, but I actually haven't really fully read Kingdom, and I am interested. I know it's very popular, but I know the artwork is really good. It's actually a pretty old series. I'm just waiting for someone to finish translating all of the chapters so I could just binge read, because there are literally every other story too, because you learn about every Spartans, every Roman gladiators that was inside this Roman Colosseum in this fight. Eventually, we're gonna probably have that Spartacus moment where all the gladiators rebelled, the slaves got free, and they're gonna go to war against the Romans that put them in enslavement and entrapment and everything. And I can't wait for that kind of thing to happen. But cool. I'm definitely enjoying this series.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's move on to our news. Let's start with the Tite Kubo x Kohei Horikoshi special talk interview.
So, James, did you read this?
I did not get a chance to go through this whole thing,
man.
being honest.
You're gonna love this. So when you get a chance to sit down and read this, this is probably my favorite piece of news that we've had in months.
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Because it was just a really cool. Like, I'm a big fan of Kubo. I love Tite. Tite and Horikoshi are some of my favorite right now, because Bleach and, of course, My Hero, two of my favorite things ever. And to get to see them, to see their conversation that they had, to see the difference in their styles, but also know that they respect and know each other is so freaking cool.
Agreed.
And it's really cool to see that Horikoshi is the new kid on the block, and it's versus how it's been going. It was, I don't know, man. It's just, there was a moment where they talk about their meeting process, and Horikoshi's like, yeah, I doodle during our meetings, and that's how I make some changes to characters. And Kubo goes, you doodle during meetings? He's like, yeah, I do that. And Kubo, he's like, you don't do that? And Kubo's like, no, my meetings are 30 minutes long. I don't have time for that. So, you can see just the difference in age and experience, and it's really cool.
Agreed. Plus I also want to add something about the meetings, is that my man Horikoshi said that I remember about us meeting somewhere, and the Kubo's like, no, we actually met somewhere much earlier about that. And then I just love the banter, not really banter, but it's just the nice, chill conversation they had during the interview. It's kind of like they were a bunch of pals just having during the conversation during the interview, oh yeah, this happened, that happened. But my favorite part about the interview is where Ray loves it as well, is that when Hiroshi said that Deku, he's very boring. I love that.
Yes, he did.
He said that, and it was amazing.
He did.
That's just awesome. He said that.
Well, see, He said that he initially wanted to write Deku as kind of a bland-ish character. He didn't want him to be as boring as he is. And so I think that changes later on in the manga is probably more current stuff. Deku's a little different than what he starts out as. He said he worries too much. He wanted him to be more of a reflection of him, and it really kind of like hyperized itself in Deku. So he said he didn't intend for him to be as worrisome and as bland as he is. And so I was like, I'm glad that he also like admitted that, but he also said that he didn't do Mirio enough justice when he
did say
introduced
that.
him.
I love that.
And that he turned into more of a plot device than the character that he wanted to. He said he wanted to give Mirio more time, and I could see that. If you read the manga, you can 100% see that he wanted to give Mirio so much more, but he had to keep moving with that arc. And like, I was so happy to see him acknowledge that as a writer. It's just like you acknowledge your mistakes. It's like, that could have been done. It's like you can tell that it wasn't done maliciously. It was just like he just didn't have the time to make it happen. And it was just really cool to see.
Plus, also,
I like that.
Plus, also, I like the kind of advice he gave him during the interview. Is that quick spoiler? Once you read James, that they talk about the class 1A versus class 1B that happens in the during the interview. They talk about
arc,
about the arc. It happens around chapter 195 until chapter like 215. But they did talk about this, saying that about Kubo saying that you take very much time into your art in detail, and plus the editors about Hiroshi asked like, how much is this gonna last? Is it gonna be last much longer? Anything like that. And like he draws into a lot of his pipes, a lot of the background, and anything like that. And then Kubo says like, if I were in your shoes, I would have found a way to not avoid drawing all those things in the background. And I love about all the advice they have to each other, and the quick critiqueness that they give to each other's art. So that was very cool to talk about and see about their own art and their own arcs that they talk about.
Which is funny because Kubo has also had very intricate, very detailed scenes similar to that.
Yeah.
It's just that I guess he figures that if it's something really important, yes, I'll give it a ton of detail. But like just that room, I mean, to Horikoshi, that room was kind of the playing field, and that's how he set up who was going to be in there, how it was going to be advantageous to certain characters and whatnot, which is really cool. I like that a lot. So, James, I do encourage you to read it. Everybody and anybody who's listening to this who hasn't read this, I hope that the link will be in the description.
Yeah,
like, read this. It's a really good interview.
It's really nice.
And the conversation between two like legends in manga, in anime. So just
I think what got me throughout this interview was hearing from Horikoshi. He had 2 series before My Hero Academia, and like technically both of them ended really short. And if he wasn't going to make it for this 3rd one with My Hero Academia, he was just gonna leave. He was gonna he's done. But then he finally hit the jackpot with this 3rd one, and he got even bigger, and it got even better for him, and it made him successful. Which goes to show, like, you gotta keep moving, you gotta keep pushing.
I mean, if you see anything about any of these manga authors, they all have multiple mangas before they got to the one that they really blew up on.
Exactly. So, and like literally everybody's waiting to catch their break. Whoever could get the high mark where they're gonna have a good high top selling manga series, maybe not get as One Piece and maybe not as much as Attack on Titan, but at least high enough there where you got some credit and you can have a very long series to help build onto it. Because we know that there are other mangakas actually taking their time. Like, they were feared of being not able to make enough sales, and they're being afraid to get axed, like the demons, like for the author for Demon Slayer, which caused her to rush and bring in the villain character of Musen into the story, because she was scared of getting her manga series axed. So you might as well bring the villain in there before everything ends and everything. But next thing you know, like, no, she wasn't getting axed. She's actually getting very popular, and everybody's loving this Musen idea. We actually see how incredible and strong he is, and that actually up her sales for the Demon Slayer manga. I would definitely say this interview was really cool, really fun. Technically, this is Hirokoshi's 3rd interview with the original big 3, because he did interview with Oda,
And Naruto.
he did interview with the Naruto author Kushimoto.
He did one with Kishimoto. I need to find and read that one.
Yeah,
I can send the link after.
Technically, this interview was
Yeah, send me
during
that.
October 7th. We just finally got the translations of what they were saying, both of each other. Technically, Kubo was asked, like, what kind of quirk should I get? Like, something I can eat all day and have everything 0 calories. I think that was fun. Horikoshi thought it was a good idea. It's like, everything, like, he just thought it was really cool. They really feel really comfortable with each other. And definitely that meeting place when Horikoshi like didn't expect to be surrounded by very talented people. I think that's any other fans who somehow made it big into whatever career series they got, and then they meet their heroes. They see so many other special professionals that do what he does, but have been in this game for a very long time and doing so many sales, getting money for that. It's this incredible feeling that you've made it. You've made it in life, and now your name is on the plaque. It's up there now. So honestly, I could say, like, after My Hero Academia, any series that Horikoshi comes up with now, you're gonna know there's gonna be a lot of diehard fans that's gonna go in and jump into it. I mean, technically, same thing happened with Samurai 8.
Yeah, that's a whole
and
different
the
story.
passion. Yeah, but there's still diehard fans from.
yeah.
Naruto that would definitely go into Samurai 8 and still say is very good, but
Sure.
that's fine. You're in this career to keep writing a story that you feel like you're enjoying and having fun. If there's a lot of people that's enjoying what you write in general, regardless of what it is, you have loyal and devoted fans.
Agree.
So, interview, fantastic. This is the most fun I've seen.
One last thing I want to say is that my favorite thing that my man Kubo says in the interview is that an ironclad rule of shonen manga battles is that the protagonist will win no matter how bad the situation gets. And I love when he said that, because he said that he always drew about the 13 guards and have the backgrounds not as bad guys, but to have them as about how different perspective and have different opinions and point of view. But I love how he admits that about the shonen manga battles, there is no way, there's no matter how the MC is losing badly, they will find a way to win. And I love how them as creators, they know that and admit that, and they have to find a way for their MC to win.
I actually want to bring one more when like they ask like fancy ultimate move names. I feel like that was a funny part in the interview.
It was.
That Kubo is the king at that. He has some of the best naming for attacks and just things. Period.
Yeah,
it was
and
funny.
With Horikoshi, he says like, my goal is to invent attack names that kids also shout out. Then an example of, actually no, I shouldn't say that. That was like a spoiler for My Hero, but yeah, anything that kids like to say, shout out, like easy to say, but it's very cool to say. And I say, yeah, definitely awesome for fancy ultimate moves. Not even the ultimate move; it could just be, just sounds weird
a
at
communication
first,
spell, for example.
That's very true.
Like, then again, Horikoshi said invented Detroit Smash, so eventually it'll get through it. It'll sound better later on the more you say it. So I give this props. I really love this interview.
I'm very happy that he had the interview with the three goats, the one that first started the big three, Oda, Kubo, and Kishimoto. I'm happy he did that. And now, sometime in the future, 10 years from now, some other new manga creator will be having a conversation with my man Hiroshi. So I'm very proud of him.
Like, even what's funny was back then, literally, like, who can you really compete with? Like, during the time of the big three, the only people that they can actually compete with, of how to compare with, was Dragon Ball Z. But now, in this day of age, where new young artists, now they have a lot more options, a lot more manga series where they can compare and write their own new thing that they can reference from every other series. That's the good part of the generation now. And it's really cool that Kubo realized that this is the big three. Establishing the big three is One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. So that was a good thing too. For all the people that thinks that they are not the big three, yes, they are the big three, and these artists literally established this. So shut up. Alright, for laugh news. Jump manga series latest Yuuna and the Haunted Hot Spring chapter was creative censoring of NSWF. Honestly, I bring this up news because it was actually pretty funny and really clever from the shonen side. Like they
I wonder who figured it out. I wonder what perv figured it out.
Right. It's like, I wonder if I shine a light through this, can I see the boobs?
I like how they did it because the Japanese Eastern Hemisphere is not really complaining about it, and guess who's complaining about it? It's us people in the Western Hemisphere is complaining about it, and it's
Don't say us. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
okay. Sorry, not us specifically. The good otakus are the bad sour otakus are the ones that are complaining about it, and just shame on them because like they say, oh, you're giving the sauce about the like not safe for work type of content. I'm like, people at any age will find any content, whatever catches the interest. So no matter what, you
Anywhere on the internet at any time.
The internet is free. You have to just open a private window, and if your parents don't, put the locks on the internet, whatever it is, kids will find it. I found it at the age of 12 and 13. So no matter what, you can't do nothing about it. So I find it funny.
And then you go to a con now, and there's hentai panels, so you gotta
hentai con. Yeah, it's fun.
God.
I'm proud of it.
I'm so glad you leaned into this. I'm so glad you leaned into this. This makes it easy for me.
Definitely, for sure.
Hey guys,
like,
for
it's
fun.
not like I read the manga series.
Of course you
do.
do.
Like it's the worst thing. Hey, I read a lot of shit, so you know me.
Yes, he does read a lot of stuff.
And of course, he reads hentai art. Sorry, ecchi art.
Yeah, I don't read doujins like that. I just read mangas. But yeah, I think it was really clever. It's not like it's on the page itself. You literally need to be under direct light to be able to figure it out to actually have it there, stuff like that. It's not a bad manga series in general. And like, if they did put it into real chapters, of course they would have got complaints. I mean, it would have all been like taken back. People would have gotten fired and stuff like that. But it's just a very cool, creative way to have the not safe for work thing onto it, and and it's like technology these days. That's a pretty cool way to do it.
That's smart. That's it. Very, very simple. I'm happy.
Seems like a really, 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 really difficult way to see a pair of titties. So, just saying.
I mean, they can't literally put it onto the front page and jump itself of uncensoredness. So
right, exactly. So just
this is a clever way. It's not like you could see this in any other mangas and magazines and stuff like that.
Definitely
there are better ways to do this.
But this is a good way, though. This is new.
Better ways to do this.
Anyway, let's move on. Capcom confirms live-action Mega Man movie. It's still under development. James?
This is a fucking stupid idea. I think this is a really, really dumb idea. Because this is one of those things that I don't think is going to translate at all.
This isn't how it's going to think that it's going to go.
At all. I think the closest thing we can compare it to is Sonic. And I guess it depends on how well Sonic's going to do at the box office, is how people are going to feel about properties like this going live action. And I don't think Sonic's going to do well at the box office at all. I don't want it to fail, but I think it's going to.
I mean, you've been saying that since Jump, though. So, I mean...
Yeah, because I can smell a bad movie coming from a mile away. It's going to be garbage. And this, if they make this, it's going to be terrible. I think they just should avoid it. Full stop.
I mean,
I'd stop doing it. Just stop it. Because, I mean, Resident Evil, that barely worked. And then it stopped working very quickly. Don't do this. Please don't. Even if you go the way of Alita, it's super weird. Super weird. So please don't do this to Mega Man. Like, you've heard him enough.
Why can't you do that?
You just got him a good game with Mega Man 11 again. Please don't hurt him.
Why can't you do like a high budget animated movie? That's it. Just do a high budget.
Just do an anime again. Just give him a good anime.
Just do a high budget. That's it. Don't spend the money in the CG Sonic. Like Sonic, we got the Not the official stuff, but that's what we're not talking about it. But once it comes out, it looked good from what we saw. But Mega Man, just don't hurt it. I love watching Mega Man when I was a kid. The Pixie 11 was a kid in the afternoon, in the morning. It was enjoyable. I played the Mega Man 11, good. Bit confused, bit lost because I'm out of the loop.
It's a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
You have to learn.
Yeah. But please don't do it to Mega Man. He doesn't need that much hurt. He hasn't had that much exposure in a long time. So don't expose him in bad way where people just will have a bad sour. Don't do this to the Avatar, Dragon Ball. It's not this. Just don't.
That's why I'm worried, because not that many people are into Mega Man, and what they're gonna do with a film is they're gonna make it about a bunch of teens, and that's going to be the center point of the movie, and it just happens to take place into the world of Mega Man. It's not going to be a good adaptation. It's going to be about a bunch of teens, and it's going to fucking suck.
Sad about it, mad about it.
But what can we do? When I'm with producers, we don't have $20 million in our pockets that we could just produce a movie. No, we don't. If we did, we'd be doing this for a living, but we can't.
Not yet.
Soon.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do live action. I'd do it animation.
Oh yeah, animation
Yeah.
for sure.
As even Astro Boy, when they came back to movie theaters, they stick with the animation
Oh,
form.
Astro Boy. I miss Astro Boy too.
And like they're not Alita. They don't have any foundation background for Mega
And
Man.
plus
All they have is video games.
Plus, it's not James Cameron doing it either, so that's just no.
My other thing is the costume. They're going to have to find a way to translate the costume and the gauntlets for live action.
Mhm.
It's not going to work because a lot of people are going to be pissed because it's too far away. And then if they get too close, it'll look stupid. So
And
I just don't know what they're going to
The
do.
only one that I could actually see working is Battle Network Mega Man, but then that would anger the purist fans and be like, "Well, that's not my Mega Man," and yeah, then you have a whole nother problem. And
It's just a
there's so
lose
many multiple
all
Mega
around.
Mans. They're
Mhm.
gonna probably create their own Mega Man in general. If they want the more realistic,
You
Mega
know what?
Man,
No,
it
I take
really
that
needs to
back.
be-
give this property to Sony and let them make an animated movie. Let them do
Definitely, for sure.
I'll give it that to them.
I would love
I
an
put so
animated.
much trust in that. Yeah.
it. Give Sony the Mega Man property to make a movie, and give them 10 years to make it, and it'll be wonderful.
That is
Give
true.
them,
That
give
is
them
true.
that Into the
Possible.
Spider-Verse treatment.
Mhm,
That's the
mhm.
only way you can make Mega Man very popular again.
For sure.
Because I know there's like a new cartoon series that Cartoon Network have, and it just looks so weird. And I don't know if that's still going on, but Mega Man should either still stick to be a video game or an animated or anime or an animated movie. Other than that, besides that, you can't do anything else with it.
Agree.
I fear for the live action. I don't know who's gonna be playing Mega Man himself, but
But like you said, Capcom is still developing it, so let's see what happens in a couple of years. Who knows if it's gonna go in the blacklist? It never happened, so who knows?
we can
It'll
only
be
pray.
some hot teen boy. I'm telling you, that's what it'll be.
I'm a
It'll
hot
be
teen boy.
It'll be a YA drama. I'm telling you.
Bruh.
No, okay, cool.
That was for you, Miguel.
I know.
Alright, guys, let's move on. Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna Films video stream. So this is the last Digimon movie, is what I'm hearing rumors about, and this is about the second generation Digimon Adventures.
Yeah, it was the second gen Digigestion, which I'm like, I guess they kind of gave the original Digigestion their sign off, their send off. So people did also like this group too. So yeah,
I've never seen these people.
Wait,
Oh, for real?
You never seen this? You never seen season 2 of the first
season 2.
original?
Like the season 2 is pretty good. I'm not gonna, like it's pretty good.
I love season 2. It's amazing.
This was fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Wow,
I
you
think that was,
definitely should watch
during,
season 2.
I think this was
Okay.
during like old TV, local television, Fox Box or something like that, or Fox Kids or something like
Yeah,
that.
whatever that was called. Yeah, I know what you're talking
It was
about.
That's-
I think it was in Jetix as well.
Yes, it was also on
Hmm.
Jetix like afterwards because they Disney bought the rights for it and they were able to put it on their side. But
I don't know why I missed it because I loved just the first season and I was watching those
you can blame
networks,
that on U.S. programming,
Yeah.
U.S. television programming.
But
You can
now
blame it
with streaming being the next home front and HBO Max buying everything, who knows if HBO Max will be having as well. Like what we had our last segment, where would it be on? What streaming service? Let's see and find out. And definitely suggest to watch Digimon season 1 through 4. Season 1, 2, and 3 and 4 were the best. They were really entertaining. The other ones, I don't know. I never watched the other ones, but season 2, 3, and 4 were very good. So definitely highly suggest that for you, James. On your spare time. This is no bet required.
Anyway, guys, let's move on to our questions. Since this is a Halloween special, I feel we could do a little fun with it a little bit later. So, number 1, what is your favorite line from any anime?
So since I usually go first for most many things, and again, so I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna speak about it, and let's see if you guys could come up with it. For down in the comments, if you guys could guess who it is. Destiny, fate, dreams. These unstoppable ideas are held deep in the hearts of man. As long as there are people who seek freedom in this life, these things shall not vanish from this earth. That's one of my favorite lines from an anime. I wonder who it is. Maybe you guys could figure it out of what anime it could be possibly be. I don't know. That's one of my favorite lines. He is definitely the king of something.
James, your favorite line?
Yeah. If you feel yourself hitting your limit, remember why you clench your fists. Remember why you started down this path, and let that memory carry you beyond your limit. That's one of my favorite lines.
I like
in
it
recent
too.
anime memory.
I don't remember, so I will ask you after the podcast to ask you who is from. I have a feeling who. I'm gonna just guess real quick. You don't have to answer. Fullmetal Alchemist.
No.
Okay, cool.
You really do
Reynos.
not know James.
I mean,
No.
that was one that I figured I would pick, but I had a really good feeling that you would have picked what you would have picked that or something similar. There's another one along the same lines that's also good, but yeah. So,
I have my backup.
I know.
And I feel like I know my backup, but I'm gonna ask after. But cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Ray, how about you? Your favorite
Oh
line?
well, nobody picked mine, and it's because it's the best. This hand of mine glows with an awesome power. Its loud roar tells me to defeat you. Oh yes, it's so good. It's so strong. I love it. So anime.
There's so many good lines. I think one of the ones that I've actually come up with in my head. It's sometimes you must hurt in order to know, fail in order to grow, lose in order to gain, because life's greatest lessons are learned through pain.
God, that's so shonen.
Yeah,
That's such a shonen quote.
That was a very shonen thing, and we know who it's from, but that's a very good one. He did give a good speech there, so I like that speech that he did.
because like the voice really fit. Like the reason why we have these favorite lines is because these voice actors, actresses, they put in the work and make you feel like so much impact from that one line, and it's great. And that's how you find a favorite line from any anime. All right, guys, let's go on the second questions. If you can voice your favorite anime character, who would it be?
Who I would love to voice. I would love to voice Monkey D. Luffy. I love to voice him, or my second is Trigon, Vasher Stampede. I would love to voice these two characters because I feel like I resonate with them very much. So these two characters I would love to voice. That's mine.
Cool. James?
So I have two as well. My number one is Eren. I don't want to say why because I feel like literally anything I say will be spoilers.
Yeah, so shut up.
And Killua. I would love to just give some of the lines that he gives. Killua is such a badass character.
Since y'all had two, I'm a cheat and I'm gonna have two as well. I think the first one for me will be Tanjiro. I think I would have a lot of fun doing Tanjiro. Tanjiro will be a lot of fun because he's got a very big range, which would be really cool. And then the second one, actually will probably be Archer from the Fate series, which you guys don't know. So yeah.
Honestly, I thought you was gonna pick either Deku or Miro I thought you were gonna pick either of those two.
I would love to do Mirio as well. He's like top 5. Mirio would be like Mirio would just be too much fun. I would have so much fun with that character.
And plus, James, good luck to your voice for you to play my man Aaron, because he screams a lot. So good luck to your voice if you ever do that.
Not this Aaron.
Oh no,
not the Aaron I'm talking about.
I know. I'm speaking of childhood Aaron. I know the adult Aaron, no, but he's
No
kind of
more!
stares more. He kind of gives more of good speeches, but with his roar when he transform, he does that.
Bruh.
Come on, man. You should stop now. You should stop.
Shut up.
Speaking about that, he also does.
I'm just gonna take Miguel and just right off the show.
He does
Right
a good
off the
time
show.
skip too. You know what happens on time skip. You know a lot of things he does. You know he does it roaring.
Oh, whoa.
You the JoJo. Do you want the JoJo?
Which JoJo? The weird JoJo or the mad JoJo?
No, the mad JoJo.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just stay quiet then. I don't want the mad JoJo.
Okay. For me, I feel like a character would have to start up with a whole happy-go-lucky kind of thing, and then some kind of twisted shit happen, and it just warps him up to make him like a more emo kind of character. Would kind of fit whatever thing that I would do. But
So,
Kaneki? One would be Kaneki, Ken Kaneki for sure, and
Cool.
I do like Gon a lot because he goes through the most adventures a lot.
Gon!
Voice. And then when a moment where he's still growing, and when you have a kid facing through death, and you broke his promise of trying to bring him back to life, and then you get the anger, the fear. I think I can match that anger, emotion, the voicing, everything up to when he goes full grown up mode and literally kills Pito. And I feel like that would be cool. Last one, not really a question, but just for this Halloween special, say your favorite line in that anime character's voice of anything.
I would not say my favorite line. I would just say more of a Halloween theme. I'll do my Pennywise voice. Give me a second. Hey
Yeah.
Georgie, come down here. I got the balloon for you, Georgie. I just got that. That's all really.
Ray?
I mean, do you want a really good one?
Go ahead.
Can I just give you a quote?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's fine. That's fine.
Just any quote, any character?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, it's fine.
That's what you want? Okay, fine.
You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Cool. Wow.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was
And,
great.
you know,
That was
I
really
tried
good.
really hard.
That was
Okay,
great. That was deep.
my
That was deep.
throat hurts so much right now.
I didn't expect that type of deepness you was going for. Like me, I had to, hold my throat, get there. You just so fluently,
Just put it out there, So
That's
y'all
beautiful.
voice acting companies, get at your boy, okay? I'm just saying.
Cool.
James, you don't need to voice it. You can
I don't
just-
have one.
You really don't have one. Favorite
I don't have
line
one.
anywhere. It's not to be anime related.
Favorite line
of
of anything.
anything is fine now.
Go first, and then I got you.
All right, I'll go. I'll stick with the anime. I'm gonna quote from Ken Kaneki in my voice way. Give me a second. Damn.
Oh no!
All right. In this world, the strong devours the weak. Who is the strong? I am. I am the fucking strong.
All right.
All right.
Cool. James?
I don't know. You guys put me on the spot. I can't think of one.
That's
All
all
right.
right.
All right. Seems like that's about it.
All right, guys. Let's head out to our outros. Give me a sec. Anime geeks, we want to know, what are your thoughts about this podcast? We are doing a fantastic job, or sinister job, or whatever you decide. Give us a 5 stars if you know that we do a good job on iTunes. And make sure that one day we got ads and sponsor for this happy little podcast we got going. If you write a review for us, we'll give you a shout out to on this podcast and answer any questions you have. Now, guys, can you give us your plugs, please?
Yeah, you guys can follow me all over social media at C4Spoilers. You can pretty much find everything we do over at spoilers.com, where you can find links to all of the podcasts on the Careful for Spoilers podcast network, including the Best One, Worst One podcast. We just completed our Road to Halloween series. We did Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th movies. We did so many different things. And we actually have a couple episodes dropping tomorrow on Halloween, or whenever you're listening to this, but those episodes will be dropping on Halloween. So stay your eyes locked in our social media for that.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I mean, I can't be scary, but I'll try.
Would you like to play a game?
Actually, we don't play games. You can come watch me play games anytime on twitch.tv/Rayapollo. That's RAYAPOLLO, no space, not a chicken. And you can use that anywhere on the internet and find me, your boy. So come hang out, come say hi. I'd appreciate it.
And guys, don't forget to follow me at Legend Divash everywhere, social media, Twitter, IG, and don't forget to follow Anime Lately on Twitch at twitch.tv/Anime Lately, and definitely watch Ray get scared and scream and running away like he's a chicken.
I'll punch you in the eye.
Okay, guys, make sure you follow and support us on Facebook, Twitch, and Patreon at Anime Lately, and follow our other social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram at Anime Lately _. Anime Lately has a YouTube channel as well. We do everything anime and manga related videos. Either live reaction, review, thoughts, anything. We would do it. You ask for it, we'll do it. Check them out. If you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, let us know what you think about the video, and finally, turn on that bell notification so you know a new video is up on the channel. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Anime Lately Halloween special. Pleasant dreams.
Bah!